So we still have our stereo signal coming in, inputs 1 and 2, but it's not assigned anywhere right now. We can see signals coming in on 1 and 2, but it's not going to anything in our master section. So this entire area here is our master section, okay? These 8 red faders are our groups, okay? This blue fader that's at unity right now, or at 0, is our master fader. All of these meters here indicate, the first 8 indicate the level from the group, and the 2 on the right indicate master level. You also have, in addition to a peak meter here on your master level, you have a VU meter here for your left-right that indicates master level. Now, it's important to know that while these peak meters will respond instantaneously, a VU meter actually captures the average of a signal over 300 milliseconds and then fires the value out. So while this is great to set your level for you know, something like the volume of a snare drum or whatever, and it gives you an idea of exactly how much in reality the volume is instantaneously, the VU meters respond more in an average level way. So this would be like your peak level, this would be your average level, and they're designed that way because that's sort of how our ears hear as well. All right, all that said, we're going to go ahead and assign the channels 1 and 2 to groups 1 and 2. So I'm going to go ahead and depress the groups 1 and 2 buttons, and now channels 1 and 2 are assigned to groups 1 and 2. Now we still don't see any meters because, again, these meters are post fader. So we have to bring these meters, or bring the faders up, sorry, in order to see what the levels are incoming to our groups. So once we have them on our groups, we can do certain things, like we can pan our, in this case we're using groups 1 and 2, which would normally be mono groups. Mono with group 1 and mono group 2. We're going to sort of use those in tandem as one single stereo group. So we're going to go ahead and pan 1 using our monitor pan pot here. We're going to go ahead and pan group 1 all the way to the left, since 1 is dedicated to the left side, and 2 is going to be panned all the way to the right, so that group 2 is dedicated to the right side. Now you'll notice now if I turn 1 down, the second is up, or if I turn 2 down, the first remains. At this point in time, they're still not making it over to our stereo master fader. So in order to do that, we have to bring up the purple knob, which is our monitor level. And we'll do that by increasing it, and I found that 3 o'clock tends to be at unity. And you'll notice that those meters are very close to reflecting the same values. And that would be how you get a group to the master fader for mixdown. Now this is super useful because you could assign stereo groups per instrument type. So we could have drums on 1 and 2, and we have bass and guitar and keyboards on 3 and 4, and vocals on 7 and 8. And then we have all of our effects returns and all of our fun effects and other things on 7 and 8, and we can mix those to taste. It also gives us the ability to, using the group inserts on our patch bay, we can manipulate these as groups. So we could send our drums to a stereo compressor to get more punch or body out of them. We could send our vocals to a stereo compressor so that we get more glue to them and they kind of sound more unified. And then our effects, we can actually like mute and unmute by, you know, turning them up or down, etc. Right? And then combine them at will to our master. It gives us the ability to combine the summation of all these multiple tracks over here on individual faders, and instead of very delicately turning these up or down, it gives us the ability to turn the sum of all those up or down at once.
Right. So for example, if you're using your drums on 1 and 2 here, instead of having to adjust the individual level of each and every drum in the kit, you can just, once you get how you want your overall kit to sound,
the balance is here.
Right. Then
the overall level
of the kit would be there, versus correct. Like the rest of your rhythm section,
Yeah.
your guitar and your bass and your vocals and such.
That's
like that.
exactly correct, yeah.